Welcome to the stream. Today on Touhou LostWord, we are returning once again to the ruins of memory. I'm kinda glad these get updated quite regularly, because I like them quite a bit. They're short and always quite interesting. Since last time we were here, 2 new ruins have opened. So they really are getting updated quite regularly. And we're gonna do something a little bit unorthodox and actually skip one. Naraka has been released a few weeks back, or maybe a week back, and we are not gonna do that today. For reasons. But considering the developers of Touhou LostWord aren't the best at keeping things in order, they were released in the Japanese version, I don't think it's too much of a problem to skip things here, especially because things don't seem to be connected. But if they turn out to be connected in this very instant where I'm making a decision, then shame on me, I guess. Today we are instead playing Disillusion, which was released just a few days ago, which is Yomo Konpaku. Really? You want to borrow this? My Matsuoi Spirit Lantern? I don't know. Just kidding, here you go. Seems her relic is some kind of lantern. Let's see what's up with that, I guess. Also, I hope with this team I will not have any problems beating whatever boss we have at the end of this today. I think I've collected altogether too many Yomos in this game. Or they have been releasing altogether too many Yomos. The bottom row and Yuyuko are characters I haven't shown off yet, so I'm hoping the boss is at least hard enough that I have to use that many spell cards. If not, then I guess I'll save that character for another time. There's no such thing as too many Yomos. How many halves is that? Like, the new Yomo has, I think, 2 halves. That Yuyuko has 3 halves. Too much counting. Let's instead get into the story. We're connecting to the story. Yomo. Yomo Konpaku. Can you hear me, Yomo? I'll speak under the assumption that you can, and I'll repeat myself as many times as necessary. Yomo. The fantasy you believed in has disappeared. It no longer exists. Your mistress, the palace where you served, the waiting phantoms, the yokai cherry blossom tree in the garden, Gensokyo, and even the outside world have disappeared. Wait, did you even know about the outside world? I suppose you'd have to tell me. Anyway, they're all gone. Yokai don't exist. Neither do gods. The lunar capital doesn't exist. There's no dream world. The dead do not come back to life. There is no world beyond death. That's how it is. You just didn't realize it. That's why I have to tell you, Yomo Konpaku. Open your eyes. Where am I? So it's you. We're in the sewers! The best place to start. But which you? No, that doesn't matter. We'd be here all day if we tried to figure that out. There's too many yous out there. We already covered that. Nevertheless, welcome to the new hell. Hello, Station Master. We have not seen you before. And our training is complete. Where do all those keys go to? The new hell. Huh. The Yama. Yama. I see. Indeed, perhaps I am one of the great Yama of hell. Or perhaps not. I am what you think of me. What? This might be hard for you to understand, but it would be a disservice not to try and explain it to you. Everything that you see right now, including me, and everything that you will soon see, aren't entirely the same as the things you know, as the things you somehow manage to remember. Or more precisely, they are more than that. The lost word erased everything. However, the words of what was erased did not simply disappear. Meanings and concepts that lost their place were reborn anew and syncretized as they drifted in search of a new home. They gathered and overlapped to eventually try and return to what they were. This is the exact same process as fantasy rebirth. What's fantasy rebirth? That's when girls get a ring and they dress up in fancy clothes. If you don't know that, that's fine too. Just forget about it for now. More importantly, look at this. Diving right in. This is the same stuff as phantoms. Oh my! Soul sewers. What? How can that be? Phantoms are essentially floating temperaments, and they contain some memories from when they were alive. In other words, this is a river of information, one that even contains information from other worlds. Oh, it's the internet. Yeah, this does look like the internet. Huh? Sorry, I don't understand. I suppose I cannot blame you. Normal spirits get confused by all the information that flows here, and are infused with excessive life force. And an arithmetic overflow of life force is equivalent to death. They are treated as dead spirits and are forced to flow down this river to where they must go. However, since you border life and death as a human, half human, half phantom, or because you have no attachment to either, you managed to wake up here instead. Perhaps that is the strength of being grey and not committing to absolutes. Something you would surely know about. Or some form of you. Did you not understand that either? Yes, I cannot blame you for that. There's clearly something you want to say to me. Do you understand what that is? I think so. I remember the LostWord incident. It stole everything from me. No, it feels like I've even started to lose those memories. The more I think about it, the less I can remember. There was something dear to me, but it feels like I'm about to lose even that vague sense that I've barely managed to hold on to. I don't even know what to think about it, but if you could tell me more, I'm sure it would help. That is good. You don't usually think things over as much as you should. But that isn't an excuse not to act when the time comes. Very well, I shall show you to your train. The further downstream you go, the more bad temperament and vengeful spirits you'll find. No, perhaps I should call them evil spirits. Is Mima down here? Is she drowning in the goop? But your train, the night train for spirits, will go up the river. With it, you should be able to escape the ruins of memory safely. The ruins of memory? Is that where I'm trapped right now? No, you're not trapped. The ruins of memory exist to protect and guide people like you. Their complexity simply makes it hard to leave. I'm sure you'll understand someday. But now, it's time to go. You too. Come here. The driver and ticket inspector. Here! Ma'am? Oh, and the porter. Make extra sure that our guest boards the correct train, okay? I think it's hammer time. Sure thing. Leave it to me. Are you sure you're up to this, driver? You've sent lots of spirits to the wrong destination recently. Yeah, well, I'm sure it will be fine. Really? I sincerely doubt our driver will make such mistakes this time. Of course, you won't make any mistakes either, Porter. This hammer sure marks one as a sinner. Oh, does that symbol mean sinner? Then I'm assuming the other side might say the opposite. Guilty and not guilty. The hammer may decide. It says sin. Okay. It's a direct link to her destination. That's the kind of journey she's on. You like that the chicken is pleasant and has a head. Yes, very good. I see. Then I guess there's no need to worry, right? Exactly. Now, go. The train departs on schedule. There isn't much time. Okay. True. Excuse me? Yes? What is it? What do their symbols say, I wonder? Probably porter and driver, or something like that. Why are you being so nice to me? I don't understand any of this. Why would you assume we are being nice to you if you don't understand anything? That's awfully strange. Well, yes, I see your point, but we're not acting out of kindness. It's more of a bet. We've got no choice but to bet on you. You're betting on me? Bet on death. Yeah, that's right. Kutaka is probably a stylized sin as well. Yeah, that would make sense. It looks similar. I'm sure in your eyes we look similar to people you know. And the station master you saw earlier probably looked like the Yama. But we aren't truly those people. Right, she said the same thing. Then did she also tell you what we are? What do you mean? We are phantoms, just like that green slimy stuff. Huh? Does that surprise you? I'm sure you already know this, but phantoms aren't dead individuals. The soul that leaves a dead person's body splits into multiple temperaments, and each temperament cluster is a phantom. All the people you will soon meet are phantoms, or rather, phantom-like beings. The lost words shred information about individuals, but when those shreds gather, they naturally form phantom-like beings. Well, that's the short of it anyway. Are you alright? I don't know how to answer that. When they spoke of phantom-like beings, the thought that popped into Yomo's mind was of terrifying spooks. The impression she got from the people in front of her was too dissimilar from the phantoms she somehow remembered. Yomo's not afraid of phantoms. She saw them all the time and even lived with them. But phantoms don't usually take the form of people, and you can't hear them unless you use some kind of special ability. That's why she couldn't possibly think of the phantoms they spoke of as the same phantoms she was familiar with. She couldn't, but these feelings faded over time. She got used to it. Getting hung up over other people's subjective views wouldn't get you anywhere. The people in front of her said that they, as well as that green goop, were phantoms. So they probably are. Before she knew it, Yomo had already started to think that way. She didn't have any other choice. Okay, please step aboard the train. Enjoy the ride. I was hoping the train sounds would turn into Hiroshika. I'm sad now. She didn't know why, but Yomo felt like she already knew what sitting on a train was like. Had she experienced it before? Or maybe she heard about it secondhand. She had no way of knowing, so she quickly stopped questioning it. The unique yet comforting swaying and the constant rhythm. Ba-dump, 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 ba-dump. Might have been reminiscent of what it was like in her mother's womb. Or maybe that was another story she heard. Excuse me. May I sit here? Yomo hesitated, and not only because the girl's face was somewhat familiar to her. All the other seats on the train were empty, so she never expected anyone to want to sit in front of her. However, her hesitation didn't last long, as the girl's expression and voice were so calm and friendly. Sure, go ahead. Thank you. I surprised you, didn't I? You must have wondered why I asked to sit here when there are so many other seats. Well, yeah, I suppose. But this is the only seat near someone. No other seat would let me speak to you so freely. There's no doubt about that. She may have come off as creepy. You just heard her words without her friendly smile and tone of voice. Yomo thought that she must be one of those people who prefer to travel with someone and enjoys conversation, even with strangers who just happen to be on the same train. I feel like I've met someone who looks like you before. Oh really? Then perhaps you'll find me easy to talk to. Yes, you might be right. I'm Yomo Kompaku. My name is one of the few things that I can clearly remember. Wow. You've already regained your name. That's good. Yomo was taken aback by the sudden compliment. She realized this person must know about that lost word thing. But she let the conversation develop naturally, as she didn't want to try and explain her complicated circumstances. This proves that you received a wonderful gift. I couldn't be happier for you. Yomu thought that was a strange thing to say to someone you've just met. Was there hidden meaning to her words? It's such a relief. At first, Yomu wondered why she was so happy, but those thoughts quickly dissipated, and she stopped questioning it. Your name? What is your name? What should I call you? Oh, that's what you meant. My apologies. Yes, my name. You have no idea, don't you? It's quite embarrassing, but I used to be called a sword master. I know it would be arrogant to call myself that, but I'd rather be called that than a celestial. Yomo felt that celestial seemed much more fitting. Okay then. Where are you catching this train to, sword master? And why does your sword not have a blade? It's going to be a long journey for me. What about you, Miss Yomo? Are you going till the final stop? Yes, that's right. Thinking about it now, Yomo realized that she couldn't quite figure out how long she'd been on this train. Perhaps she fell asleep. Either way, she could sense that the final stop was still a long way off. Well, well, so you're going all the way. then perhaps you'd be willing to join me in conversation. That should help pass the time. Sure, I'd like that. Yomo felt a certain affinity toward the person sitting in front of her, so she was genuinely grateful for the proposal. Alright then. Allow me to tell you the tale of a certain swordsman. First, know that the life of someone who follows the way of the sword is dependent on their ability to cut. As a concept, cutting is quite a simple thing. You merely trace a line to separate a single object or entity in two. However, the will and determination needed to do that. The Swordmaster's story was quite long, but Yomo didn't have to force herself to keep listening. A tale that is pleasant to listen to is a strange thing. If the tale spikes your interest, it proceeds at a good pace. However, this can get tiring, and it won't last for long. On the other hand, a boring story is an excellent way to lull people to sleep. The Swordmaster's story was relatable and had some unexpected turns, but it was also more than that. It was like the story was tailor-made to fit a hole in Yomo's heart and mind. Like it filled in the pieces of what she had lost. That's what it felt like to Yomo anyway. How many hours passed like this? It was impossible to tell. It felt like an immeasurable vast length of time passed by in a single moment. As is normally the case when having fun. The story wasn't attempting to forcefully educate Yomo on how to live her life, nor was it superficially humorous. She spoke words that lived and died with each breath. We've been speaking for quite a while. I wonder how close to the final stop we are. Or where we are, for that matter. I was hoping for it, but this is Hiroshige now. The window showed nothing but darkness. No. She could see some dancing specks of light when she squinted. Yomo had no idea what they were, but she absently thought the scene outside looked kind of like a starry sky. Let me think. We've just passed Uzui and are probably nearing Keichitsu. No, the music is stuttering. I'm still recording music through a different way than the image. Are those station names? Even as Yomo asked this, she suspected they were something else. Something like that. Keichitsu is the season when insects become active. The mind is also more active around this time, giving rise to various new ideas. It rains a lot in the Usui season, and water nourishes wood, so the plants grow thicker in preparation for the coming insects. I see. They didn't sound anything like stations, but Yomo didn't question it. She had already accepted that that's just how it is. You seem to be having fun. Do you mind if I join you? No, of course not. You don't mind either, do you, Miss Young? This one does not have a sword. No, take a seat. Thank you. What's wrong? Does my face remind you of a friend of yours? Huh? What? No, I mean, yes, a little. I'm sorry. No, don't be. Please call me Kongara Doji. Ah? You look different than I remember you, Kongara. Yumo thought she looked like an Oni. She had heard that among the followers of the Buddha, there are beings similar to Oni and reformed Oni. Are you sure you heard that? She seemed like the latter. We were telling stories to pass the time. Would you like to join us? Sounds good. Then how about I start with a story of my own? Although, this makes her more fitting than Yugi would. Because Kongara is a sword person. And she does have one horn. So sure, let's go with that. Yes, please. And thus, Kongara Doji began her story. Kongara Doji was known as the Astral Knight and served a noble family. She served that family for many generations, and during that time she laid many phantoms to rest. Yumo thought she must be a virtuous Buddhist priest, but Kongara Doji insisted that she followed the way of the sword. By using her sword to cut the phantoms' doubts, they naturally attained peace. However, this troubled Kongara Doji's master, as they didn't know how to best utilize her talents. Laying phantoms to rest without permission would worsen the overcrowding in heaven, something the Yama wouldn't allow. She went on a journey to find her master after they got separated, and on the way she briefly served many others. However, none of them could make full use of her abilities. This tale awoke some memories in Yomo. Yomo had the vague sensation that she also served a noble family and followed the way of the sword. Kongara Doji said her original master was the only one who could make full use of her. But was it the same for Yomo? She wondered who it was she served and what they were like. They must have been important to her. A torrent of inexpressible emotions welled up inside her. Shame, regret, and self-hatred. But could she let these emotions go without trying to put them into words? Could she pretend that they didn't exist? Is something wrong, Miss Yomo? No, it's nothing. Really? Are you sure there's nothing bothering you? Sorry, you're right. There's something I want to ask. I'd be happy to answer if I can. Thank you. I'm sure I also had a mistress who I served, but I couldn't clearly remember that until just now. My mind is full of doubts. That's my own fault, but These doubts have caused me to fail in my duty and let my dear mistress down. What should I do? How can I be like you, Kongara Doji? You don't have to be like me. You're your own person, aren't you? I know that, but... Miss Yomo. There will always be more doubts, especially for someone who strives towards the future. No garment can be worn forever. It will eventually wear out, and a new one must be soon. No matter where you go and no matter how much time passes, your doubts will always stand in your way. And when they do, you cut them down. Is that really okay? Even if the doubts are shaken off, that won't erase the sins of the past. The fact that Yomu failed her mistress will not disappear. Should you just cut them down? Is that how everyone continues to follow the path of the sword? Yomu suddenly thought that she heard the announcement of a station's name. I was told that I was born from a yokai. That is my other identity. I was labeled a yokai swordswoman, and I also served many masters under that name. And what do you know? My original master was still the only one who could use me to my full potential. But that wasn't because I was a yokai swordswoman. It's because I was a child of a yokai. That was the true nature of my being. Yomo couldn't understand what she was saying. She wondered if Kongara Doji's origins were similar to her own. I wonder if they are referencing anything, or if they are just making up a backstory for Kongara, which I'm entirely fine with. Then suddenly it all came together. Yomo finally realized that she had no memory of where she came from. There are bonds that go deeper than blood, so I'm sure there was someone who taught you how to live. If you combine Yugi and Yomo, you get somewhat close to Kongara, I guess. They showed you the path. And when you find them again, you'll be able to turn all that you have reclaimed into power. Just like me when I realized my true nature. Again, Yomo couldn't quite grasp the meaning of her words. Is she saying that there were two paths she could have taken, and that both futures are within her? Yomo wasn't sure, but Kongara Doji's words did help her realize something. Yomo remembered that, in addition to the mistress she served, she also had a master who showed her the path. Yomo thought she heard the deafening ringing of a bell. Now then, this is where I leave you. I have business elsewhere. Thank you for making this such an enjoyable train ride. Oh, and also, please don't ever forget about us again. Okay? Goodbye. Look over there, Miss Yomo. A pair of swords was lying on the seat Kongara Doji had just vacated. The two swords were different in all respects, their length, adornments, design, and their method of manufacture. They obviously came from different places, but it was as though these two swords were made to be used as a pair. Before Kongara Doji arrived and after she departed, many other passengers boarded the train, sat down next to Yomo and the swordmaster, and then disembarked. They spoke of their journeys and then left for their next destination. Isn't that how all journeys go? The carriage was even full of chatting passengers at one point. They were all gone now. The train was approaching Rika. The next station after Rika is Shoman. Somehow Yomo knew that was the final stop. Shoman is the start of the rainy season, when the first rain of trials falls. Yomo was now able to realize the truth. The truth that her life had only progressed this far. Her trials were still to come. It's gotten quiet, hasn't it? It's like when I first met you. That feels like such a long time ago. This journey was so unbelievably long. Swordmaster. Why? Why? Why won't you say anything? The moment Yomo feared had finally arrived. The train stopped. This was the second to last stop. Yomo had already worked out what this meant long ago. It was obvious, and she couldn't do anything about it. Those who attain enlightenment and ascend to the heavens never return. And they don't always get the chance to say farewell. There's no warning. They simply vanish, leaving behind those who are dear to them. They wait for nothing. Not for time, for the world, or for people. Now then, it's time for us to part. I have already told you what I feel. I told you everything during our long journey together. But now I understand what you feel about me. If I... No, don't say it. I am the... No, stop. I am the doubt in your heart. Then cut me down. There are no words during the final moments. They aren't needed, nor are they wanted. This shows that the end isn't everything. There are things just as important. May I see your ticket? Sorry, I know it's late. Oh, would you look at that? That's a nice ticket you've got there. No, there's no problem. I'm sure you'll safely reach the final stop. Are you gonna call me a murderer? Murderer? Bye, conductor. Yomo didn't remember buying a ticket. Thank you, Miss Li Huan. It must have been hard to keep listening to such a long story. Not at all. My journal records it automatically after all. So if I stop listening, I can just read it later. Well, that must be useful. Did you learn all that from the Matsuyoi Spirit Lantern? No, I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to explain. I think those phantoms who helped me on my journey are the same phantoms who gathered to this lantern. That's why I'm sure that Swordmaster is still watching over me from within it. Though that's just what my gut tells me. I see. Then it might be true. Yeah. I heard you were gathering information. So I thought it might be a good idea if you recorded this story in your journal. Yes, I am gathering green goop. Thanks, Yomo. I think this will be really useful. Alright. We've still got lots to do. So, let's continue onwards. Yeah, let's go. There was one thing that the Swordmaster didn't tell Yomo. They didn't forget. They just didn't need to say it anymore. The Swordmaster knew that Yomu was already determined to carry the torch. Take care of Lady Yuyuko for me. I had a feeling that Swordmaster was probably joking. Why are you here? I mean, you also have a sword, I get it, but... should have been Yugi. Okay, they all have 3 life bars. I'm almost certain I'll get my chance to use all the spells I want to use. This looks like it might be a difficult battle. Oh, I should turn off the speed. Well, let's see what you have got. You're weak to wood and metal, you're weak to moon and metal, and you're weak to water and metal. Somehow they're all weak to metal. Weird. What do we have? Phantom, Daily Life in the Netherworld / a spell card of Yomu Konpaku who has almost reached the end. She uses her swords to paint a picture of her daily life in the Netherworld with all the phantoms. It is often assumed that Yomu is always busy running errands and the like for Haku Yokoro, but Yomu herself has said that the phantoms do the chores. The Netherworld is a place where phantoms gather to await transmigration or their judgment from the Yama. So most phantoms probably live there for quite a number of years. Entertainment is a valuable commodity in the Netherworld, where the long days blend into each other. So it is only natural that the phantoms are kicked into a jubilant frenzy whenever the cherry blossoms bloom. Oh, you're water and metal, so... Heaven God Sword, 3 cons, 7 hakus, a spell card from Yomu Konpaku from the world with a never-ending winter. The bullets in this attack are reminiscent of the 3 con and 7 haku that make up a human being. There's a teaching in Taoism that the human spirit is made up of 3 kinds of kon, also known as hun, souls that return to heaven when one dies, and 7 kinds of haku, also known as po, souls that return to the earth. Does that mean with Yomu's sword techniques, even souls can be cut into pieces? That's terrifying. Well, let's use the Tao technique on the Tao Master. Yeah, you resist, son. I guess I'll put more power into that. H becomes B because of Japanese. Ah! So that's why different names. Reincarnation Sword, Clash of Circular Vicissitude, Yomu Konpaku, Lunar War Gardeners, spell card. She unleashes such a fast flurry of sword strikes that it looks like she painted a circle of light. The word for the center of a circle in Japanese is Enshin, made up of the characters for circle and heart. Also it means heart searching for Nirvana. Maybe Yomu will find her Nirvana through mastering the way of the sword. Perhaps her grandfather has an opinion on the matter. May the force be with you. That's final spell. Ah. Also, none of these attacks broke any of my enemies. I wonder how close we got. Well, Tenji got very close with only 1,500 HP left. Shikeki is only half down on her first life, but yeah, okay. This didn't go especially well. Poltergeist, Spirit Wheel, Triple Slash. Also that attack this Yomu used looked like one of her non-spells more than any of her spells. She uses her swords to paint a picture of the Poltergeist sisters' performance. The Poltergeist sisters, who lived by the misty lake in Gansokyo, are the usual guests of honor at any party hosted in Hakubyokuro. The mistress of Hakubyokuro, Yuyuko Sayoji, loves having fun, so their diverse and quality performances must be held at special place and must have held a special place in her heart. And Yomu probably enjoyed them too, as she watched and listened by Yuyuko's side. Music truly is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Oh, is this attack gonna be a reference to them? Yes, from the image it looks already like Concerto Grosso. Oh, all your attacks are solo, huh? Aside from your last word. Six Realms Sword, a single port, and infinite Kalpas. Oh hi Kalpas. A spell card of Yomu Konpaku from the world with an abandoned winter. An attack that seems to stop time, but doesn't. Apparently someone said that this is a sign of Yomu's impatience. Regardless of her condition, her sword technique is still on point. She should not be underestimated. Sword skill, Cherry Blossom Flashing. She strikes with a beautiful slash that scatters cherry blossom petals. The falling of cherry blossom petals is seen as a metaphor for death, but it was originally used as a metaphor to signify mourning for those who died. Yomu apparently came up with the idea for this spell card while pruning plants. There's a reason why her codename is Gardener. Well, that broke somebody. Oh, that's a spell from the final stage, isn't it? And that is indeed Concerto Grosso. Oh, you're locking barriers. You're evil. So I'm using your last words so that I can switch in Yuyuko. Matsuyoi Reflecting Satellite Slash Distant Flowers. She unleashes bullets of wildly reflecting sword slashes. This is a special technique that should not have been perfected yet, but was made possible by the ongoing incident. Using not only the lunar surface, but also the sweltering scent of cherry blossoms, Yomu's sword flashes repeatedly and intricately to overwhelm her opponent. Also, the poem that she recites before the technique is an original created by Yomu, which she learned by imitating, apparently. And you also use your last word, because why not? Spirit power, dual wave cut. She uses her two artificial spirit power beam swords that consist of concentrated natural force energized to the utmost limit. For some reason it looks like Yomo bears the weight of the setting sun on her shoulders in this attack. When her two swords output is at max, they become charged with cherry blossom colored chi and can even cut waves that are not visible to the naked eye. This is called wave cutting mode. In other words, they are super powerful beam swords. It's a very fancy attack. Stop, they're already dead. No, we're overkilling them into forever ago. Why? You locked my power and my barriers. I don't like this. I mean, I could just finish it with my last words and show off Yu Yuko another time. I feel that's more safe. Enlightenment, Sayo Parnirvana Slash. The last word of Yomo Konpaku, who has almost reached the end. Yomo calls the people dear to her in this attack. Yomo is half-baked, inexperienced, impressionable, and somewhat absent-minded, but she values two things above all else. First is her swordsmanship, a livelihood that she inherited along with her position from her teacher and grandfather, Yoki Konpaku. The other is her mistress, Yuyuko Sayoji. Their bond is thicker than blood. When Yomo lost everything, she did not feel despair, anger, or grief, but courage. The courage to rouse her spirits and strive to bring back the people dear to her. I mean, I'm gonna switch her in, just in case things don't kill for some reason. I'm not gonna read that. I'm gonna read it if I get to afterwards. Just don't wanna lose any stars and have to do things again. Yeah, that was probably overkill anyway. Also, for some reason, the way that attack looks, or the bullets in that attack look, reminds me more of Maya in the sequel stage of Twilight Insanity than anything else. But surely that would be a weird reference to make. Also, that was Disillusion. Sure was not a long story, but a good one. But we have more stories to go to. Because the second part of the extra stage for chapter 1 was released. Edge of Spacetime, finale. How do you overcome a torn heart and mind? We're not playing it though, we're just reading it. Gensokyo Island. Shaking former capital. Last time, an interesting Byakuren and an interesting Miko met with an interesting Li Huan and went on the search for the cause of the LostWord incident, facing some familiar people that may or may not have been people. Let's see where this brings us. Yes, 1x22. What's going on? Why is there so much steam? It looks like there are hot springs here. Is it always like this? No, the steam shouldn't be this thick. The heat from the depths of the earth has risen, causing all the water falling down from the Sanzu River to boil. I'm guessing that's the cause. I heard something similar happened in the past. Thanks, Box. Also, we brought along Box, and I think the last thing I said last time was, I have a feeling what's inside that, but didn't specify. What? Don't tell me you're scared. Oh, I get it. You're scared of me, aren't you? There's only one thing in a box I can think of, or one person living in a box I can think of. Ha 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 ha! How pathetic! But your fear is delicious. It's like the world's negative emotions have been compressed into a single entity. My ears hurt from hearing so much evil. Its aura is similar to a yokai's. No, that's not right. It's too primitive for a yokai. It's more like a pure soul. What are you two doing? Are you having a game of guess what's in the box or something? You'll never figure it out, so stop trying. Whatever you do, don't open this box. Yes, exactly that is what I'm thinking. I won't. I promised Mr. Inosuke that I wouldn't. Good! That's for the best. There are way too many vengeful spirits. I can't believe the spirit quelling experts let so many through. Get a grip. That's why they called us former residents, to help them out. Would you really be called residents? Did you live here? Thought you were just trapped. I thought this would be easy if I showed a bit of my true power, but they just keep on coming. I don't think we are strong enough for this, but we have to stop them. Why did this have to happen while Boss isn't with us? No way. Is this the end for us? Is that Murasa and Ichirin? Does that mean Unsan is around here too? They sound different from what I remember, but I could never mistake their auras. It has to be them. Lady Hichiri, you're back already? I'm so glad you're back safe and sound. Ah, my adorable disciples. Thank goodness you're okay. Lady Hichiri, why are you crying? Don't worry, we are fine. Look, this is bad. Another wave of vengeful spirits is coming our way. No, I can't even tell if they are truly vengeful spirits anymore. Uh-oh. We have to fall back and regroup. Let me kick Ichiri in the face. Lady Hichiri has returned to us, so let's all retreat together. Lady Hichiri, follow us. What's wrong, priest? Aren't you gonna go with your friends? No. I will stay here and fight to protect my disciples. Well said. Yeah. I'm sure you've already sensed this, but our opponents are boundaries with tangible forms. You've just been lucky that the ones we've fought up till now haven't been that strong. Face clicking is one way of communication. One slip and you'll be dead. Are you still willing to stay? Of course, that doesn't bother me in the slightest. I'm not a saint, nor am I enlightened. I sided with yokai and became a yokai myself. I'm Byakuren Hichiri, the demonic head priest. And then they fought spirits. Battle before the palace. Vengeful spirits, huh? It doesn't matter if they are the real thing or imitations. They are still dangerous. They are a natural enemy of both yokai and humans. It's almost like they wanted us to join forces to fight against them. You've both gotten much better at fighting together. That's just how I always fight. Exactly. There was nothing special about that. Yeah, vengeful spirits should be crushed to oblivion. It's not that hard, but you guys spend way too much time on them. Aren't you taking this seriously? At this rate, you're gonna die before you deliver me. Vengeful spirits are a type of wandering soul. Destroying and removing them from the cycle of reincarnation is inexcusable. There were so many, so a few real vengeful spirits might have been hidden among them. There's no difference. What do you mean? Once someone becomes a vengeful spirit, it's unlikely they'll ever attain salvation. They won't try to improve themselves. There's hardly any difference in erasing them right now, especially if they are mixed up with this incident's boundary. No, even the boundary is the same. They should all be destroyed. Huh? Hey, Tojiko, is that Lady Taishi I spy? What are you talking about? Have you gone mad? Did you already forget that Lady Toyosatami went down to the depths of the earth to forestall the incident's approach? Yeah, are you always forgetting things, Futo? Nay, behold thither. I could never mistake Lady Taishi's divine silhouette. Look carefully. You're right. That cute hairstyle definitely belongs to Lady Taishi. I can tell by her aura. It's Lady Toyosato Mimi. I can tell by her scent. These desires I hear surely belong to Futo and Tochiko. And is that one of my teachers, Seiga Nyan Nyan? Lady Taishi hath returned, so the cause of the incident must have been dealt with. Victory shall be ours, as soon as we get rid of these lingering vengeful spirits. You might be right, but let's retreat for now. The Myoran Temple group has already left. Lady Toyosato Mimi, it's particularly dangerous near the Palace of the Earth Spirits, so please follow us. Let's plan for a counterattack together. Futo, Tojiko. They safely awoke as Shikai-san. What's wrong, deceitful sprints? Why don't you go with them? It seems like you'd be more than welcome. No. The cause of this incident still hasn't been dealt with, so I'll take care of it personally to ensure their happiness lasts. My sentiments exactly. So you'll deceive them as well, will you? I should have expected that. Well, whatever. Head to the Palace of the Earth Spirits. That's the fastest way to descend further down. Are you helping us? You've done nothing but talk down to us, so I assume you were going to try and interfere. Huh? What are you talking about? I can't freely move about while I'm like this. And if I got out of this box, things would only get worse. Having you lot carry me is much more convenient. Yes, you'll put me along and take me where I need to go. Just like oxen or horses. There are dense clouds of steam here too. Let's stay on guard. Is there anything else out of the ordinary? Meow. Did you hear that? Is that a cat? Miss Miko! Miss Leon! Look, there's a cute cat. That's a good face, Byakuya. How adorable. We belong here. What a cute little animal. I've heard that some of the powerful clans kept similar creatures as pets. Shake. 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 Come on, shake. It may have cut. Oh my, you got scratched. Perhaps you aren't virtuous enough. No, this is... Not a normal cat. And then cats were fought. Trusted hope.
Animal divergent spirits, huh? They probably imitated the forms of beast yokai or similar long-lived animals. Why'd they have to look like that? I hate it. Let's hurry onward.
Do you have a soft spot for animals?
Ah, don't speak to me like that, you lowly human. Or what? Do you not fear death? You're not a shrine maiden or a warrior. A normal human cannot speak to me like an equal, so keep your mouth shut.
There's a reason why I was chosen to carry this box, instead of Miss Miko and Miss Byakuren, isn't there?
You really know how to talk, don't ya? It's kinda getting on my nerves. I've already warned you, haven't I? Do you not fear death? The Buddha would probably give you 3 chances. But I won't. I don't even need to break my seal to handle the likes of you. Get eaten. Ah!
Quiet down, box. Shh, please be quiet and look over there. Can you see them? Satori? Stay behind me, Koichi. And don't let go of my hand. No question marks on their names. I don't want to lose sight of you. Oh, okay. They look like yokai that originated as incarnations of mountain gods but fell to ruin. Are they sisters? Wow. Guess you're not a yokai activist for nothing. You know your stuff. It's Miss Satori and Koichi. Pretty sure they belong to this world. I see. So they look exactly the same as how you remember them. That means they probably aren't divergent spirits.
Oh, they're the Satori kids. They were the weakest yokai on the mountain. I can't believe those hated sisters are living in a palace in the underworld. Ha ha ha! This is just too funny.
You're too loud.
Ah!
But what are they scared of?
Look further down the hall. There's something there.
Why did you bring me here from the netherworld? What are you planning? To think some yokai could break my master's spell. You're dangerous. I've heard stories about mind-reading yokai. You cannot be trusted. Why did it have to be the most impure yokai? The yokai of the underworld. I'll have to deal with this conflict and insanity. What's going on? The thoughts that I'm seeing are strange. They haven't lost their memories, and it's not like their memories are different. It's as if they came here directly from the past, like they are still affected by the madness of an incident. Satori! Don't worry, Koichi. I don't have to read her mind to know that Koichi is scared, and we are already pretty exhausted. This Raisin and Yomo aren't the first strange-minded beings with slightly different voices and appearances we've seen. We've been fighting them non-stop. Satori, if we don't hold them here, these strange girls will head outside, won't they? Koishi. Then I'll fight to the end, cause there's no point if I'm the only one who survives. And besides, I'm not scared to meet the end if it's by your side. No, I can't allow that. Satori! That's what I'd like to say, but I guess we don't have any other choice. Thank you, Koishi. I love you. Let's go. Yes. What? Where'd they come from? Sorry, but you're in our way. If you try to stop us, we'll force our way through.
Are you serious? Those two seem to have made up their mind, but you is still hesitating, aren't you? You're so optimistic, just like that shrine maiden.
How could I not hesitate?
Well, that's your choice, but the incident doesn't care what you think or feel. Well, it's pathetic, but you can keep on worrying if you want. There's only one thing I gotta say to you. Whatever you do, don't drop me. That's all I expect of you.
Why are you two here? The others have retreated toward the surface. You should follow them, quickly. We'll deal with all the threats below. Satori, let's go. If you finish talking, then we won't hold back. You're all going to hell. I'll show you the moon's insanity. Determination. We're going the right way, aren't we? The absence of light makes me a little nervous. Spoilers, we beat up Yomo and Raisin. There haven't been any forks in the path, so we should be fine, but this is strange. So you feel it too, this vague sense that something isn't right. Yes, I've been sensing that for a while now.
Cheer up already. You're such a pain.
What do you think of this situation?
Are you mad? I'm not human, you know. Don't you have even the faintest idea what will happen if a normal human like you keeps listening to a heathen like me?
What will happen?
You'll stray from the path of humanity without a second thought. Shall I dump it down for you? You'll stop being human.
You mean I'll become a yokai?
Yeah, pretty much. There are lots of different theories about it nowadays. Unlike back then, so this is only my explanation for it, but the ones who originally created yokai were humans.
What? Really?
Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that's one way you can think of it. And I mean humans, not a human. In other words, a gathering of humans living together created yokai.
You mean a society?
Yeah. For example, Imagine if you took someone else's life.
Huh?
Calm down. It's just a what if. If you took someone else's life, at that moment, you'd be a human, not a yokai. That's because a human could kill someone over the course of their life. It might not be forgivable, but it is possible. However, if someone saw you do that, denied your existence, denounced you and exiled you, from that moment onward, you'd start to become a yokai. When these accusations against you spread and become the common conception for the people around you, your yokai transformation will be complete. Of course, this is only one example of the process.
So what you are saying is...
Yeah! There's no one here who'll denounce you for exterminating divergent spirits. So you haven't strayed from the path of humanity. You're still human.
Did you tell me that to cheer me up?
Ah! You're such a pain. Honestly. Besides, I wasn't planning on telling you any of that. But look at those two. Don't you think they look awfully peaceful for beings that have strayed from the path of humanity?
Yeah, they do.
Exactly. I won't tell you not to stray from the path. You can safely do that whenever you want. That's all.
Thank you.
Ah!
Is it just me, or are our senses getting duller the closer we get to our destination? And is that box getting more and more tsundere as deeper as we go? No, this clearly started when we arrived at the underworld city. This is bad. We might not be able to go much further at this rate. I can only think that something is deliberately trying to hinder us.
So you finally realized, huh? It took you long enough.
Does that mean someone really is working against us? What? If you knew, why didn't you tell us earlier?
Don't give me that. You've been on edge all this time, haven't you? I told you as fast as I could.
Who could hinder Miss Miko and Miss Byakuren? They must be really powerful.
First off, you shouldn't think of the incident as a natural occurrence. It's clearly a threat caused by a sentient being. Whoever obstructs us is probably that being's pawn. They're not like the divergent spirits we've met so far. They show a clear willingness to oppose us and do us harm.
No way. Who or what could they possibly be?
They're your natural enemy. And I'm guessing they're waiting for us just ahead. We're coming to the true depths, deeper than the bowels of the earth. They won't have any reason to hide from us down there.
How deep can you go? Divine comedy. That's pretty deep. What an unforgivable environment. Isn't this supposed to be just the remains of blazing hell? I've heard tales of this place, but they fail to describe what it's really like. Isn't that Makai place you were sealed in pretty brutal too? Not that I know too much about it. Huh? I suppose you could say that.
Isn't Makai a paradise for yokai and the like? I'm sure it must have been pleasant for a heretic priest like yourself.
Huh? Is Makai really like that?
I don't know if her Makai is the same as the one that I know, but either way, this isn't the time to discuss it.
You're late. So late. Late, 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 late.
Late, 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 late. A soy. A soy.
You could have gotten here way sooner. I was worried you'd make me wait in this awful place forever. My fur is all messed up from my sweat. How are you going to make this up to me? Oh, I know. You can atone for it with your lives. The Hata clan's deity. That can't be Inari, can it? That's Dakini 10. Why is a Dhammapala standing in our way? No, she sounds and looks a little different, but she must be Miss Yukari Shikigami, Miss Ran Yakumo. Ran Yakumo. Oh, I get it now. That explains why my thoughts are full of all this barrier and Shikigami nonsense. This brain must have belonged to that Ran Yakumo. What? Then who are you? Yeah, hold on a sec. Okay, it all makes sense now. I wouldn't have even questioned this if you hadn't asked me about it. It seems this Ran Yakumo went to repair a barrier or something under orders from her mistress. However, she was sent here for some reason. No, perhaps it would be more accurate to say her existence was copied. I guess the specifics don't really matter. Anyway, it seems something went wrong when she was copied. You shouldn't blame her. There will always be bugs. It was only for an instant, but a gap, an opportunity opened up for me. The one who turned her into a Shikigami was highly skilled, so an accident like this shouldn't have occurred. But against all odds, that is what happened. What did you do to Miss Ran? Quiet down. Why are you shouting? This has nothing to do with you. I only told you all that out of kindness. Well, whatever. You want to know what I, the body, did to her, the brain? I ate her, that's all. What of it? No way. Then what are you? Me? I am a greater yokai. The nine-tailed fox. A big yokai fox. Is that a yokai that originated from China? Huh? You've got to be kidding. Don't you know the legends? Not even the one about the killing stone. There's even a no play and a novel written about it. Did you two come from the distant past or something? Yeah, that must be it. Nothing else would explain your ignorance. Honestly, this makes me feel sad.
It's no wonder that you two don't know about the legends. The nine-tailed fox went wild in this country while you were absent.
How do you know so much about everything?
Why wouldn't I know these legends? The nine-tailed fox is one of the few yokai who actually has a backbone.
Huh? Alright, let's stop playing around. I shall devour you all and gain even more power. Why did you say she was our natural enemy? She certainly looks like a powerful yokai, but...
Haven't you figured that out yet? Tch, there's no time to explain.
You seem fairly strong, but I doubt you'll last very long. You probably won't even entertain me. I'm more interested in that box with the strange aura. It's so mysterious. Well, whatever. You the normal human. I doubt you'll have much success, but try to exercise the vengeful energy before it reaches you. Though I guess even if you do accomplish that, your friends have already passed on to the next world. Oh wait, we're already there, aren't we? And then she was beaten up. Hidden depths. Miss Miko, Miss Byakuren. Maybe she wasn't beaten up. How is she so strong? He's just a yokai fox. I'm assuming she's Tamano no Mare or whatever, however you say her name. Is it because she has so many tails? Is that what makes her strong? I can tell that you are both very skilled. Normal yokai. No, even a powerful yokai wouldn't stand a chance against you. You are every bit as skilled as the yokai exterminators of old. It's impressive. How are you so much stronger than us? What kind of trick are you playing? I have met many yokai in the past, but I never imagined a yokai could be this powerful. Unbelievable. You've been looking at this the completely wrong way from the outset. Huh? What do you mean? You presume I'm a yokai who will be exterminated, and that you humans will exterminate me, but it's the other way around. What do you mean? The other way around. Doesn't make any sense. Besides, I'm an ally of yokai. In fact, I'm a magician, a type of yokai. So you're a priest who shelters and befriends yokai. How can you not realize that's the same as exterminating them? Huh? You pacify yokai to prevent them from attacking humans, and in so doing you domesticate them like animals. That's essentially extermination. I bet none of your yokai friends have harmed any humans since you befriended them. Well, whatever. I shall exterminate you like how humans exterminate yokai. And you will be exterminated like how yokai are exterminated by humans. That's what I'm doing. It's the opposite. Heh. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
It's no wonder that you two are confused. Even I haven't seen something like this before. That fox changed when it ate a Shikigami, and it wasn't just an ordinary Shikigami. She ate a Shikigami that uses other Shikigami and absorbs some of its power. She's a new type of yokai. If I had to give it a name, I'd call it a Shikigami user yokai. And she's using these newfound powers to interfere directly with you both.
What are you saying? If we were Shikigami, then it might make sense, but we are not.
You're kidding, right? Are you seriously telling me that you still haven't realized? You already know about a similar concept to Shikigami.
A similar concept to Shikigami? Do you mean divergent spirits? Which those two definitely not are, despite being different from their selves in this world.
Yeah, that's right. You're both divergent spirits.
Huh? What?
Divergent spirits aren't self-aware, so I guess I shouldn't have been surprised that you didn't know.
The incident's forces are made up of Shikigami-like beings summoned from worlds ravaged by the incident. And I can easily command and manipulate these forces with my overwhelming yokai power and Shikigami techniques. That's why I was summoned to this world as the leader of the forces invading up from the depths of hell. True chaos shall engulf this world on a scale that hasn't been seen since the universe's beginning. It will be wonderful. And I shall let you all be part of this ideal world. Did she just start an earthquake? It's a big one. This is the incident's roar. The whole underworld will collapse upwards. At my command, it will all crumble away to nothing. Now then, normal human, this should be enough to end a non-Shikigami like you. Farewell. You were a pretty weak human. This is bad. It's really collapsing. Ah! There's no escape. I'm gonna get crushed. And so Li Huan died. The end. Li Huan! Wake up, Miss Li Huan. Please, please open your eyes, Miss Li Huan. You seem to be okay. Thank goodness. Miss Miko, Miss Byakuran.
They shielded you with their bodies.
Oh my. You're persistent, aren't you? Ah, fine. I guess I'll just have to crush you directly with some of the incident's forces.
Are you okay, Li Huan? Can you see?
Yeah?
Good. Can you draw her attention for a bit? I'll deal with her. Don't worry. I'm not gonna sacrifice myself. Her guard is down right now. We won't get another chance.
Okay.
I'm counting on you.
Time to box her. In a boxing match. Super Unified Hell. Hey, come on. Read the room. Your friends have already been defeated. There's no point in dragging this out any longer. Why didn't you use your full power earlier? Oh, I get it. You're not that smart. Sorry, that was rude. I shouldn't have stated the obvious. We yokai can live for eternity, so we have a firm grasp of all the different kinds of patterns that exist. This is intelligence. This is wisdom. Humans that struggle to live for a measly 100 years cannot hope to compare. Plus, I've also consumed a shikigami that was created by an exceptionally skilled practitioner. My brain is like that of an abacus savant. It feels like I could compute every single possibility. Now then, I think I'll eat you, and then meet up with the other leaders of the incident. I'll revert this world back to an age of chaos. And my intellect shall be sole bastion of order, ensuring my rule over everything.
Ah!
You're so noisy. Shut up. Oh no, a box cutter.
Ah! You do seem to possess exceptional intelligence, but unfortunately for you, you lack power.
Oh hey, I was right. What? Is that an arm? Oh, I see. No. I can't accept this. The gaps in power between the different classes of yokai can't be insurmountable. They can't be.
Aren't you supposed to be smart? Accept the truth. Lichuan, you're not hurt, are you?
I'm fine, but Miss Miko and Miss Byakuran. Miss Miko, Miss Byakuran. Miss Lichuan, is that you? Can no longer hear your desires. It seems you defeated that yokai fox. I would have liked to have saved her, but as long as you're okay. No, you should rest. But to think that we're actually divergent spirits. That explains how we could identify the other divergent spirits as such. This is such a strange feeling. At least there's some comfort in knowing we didn't end up siding with the ones who want to destroy this world. Yeah. Fighting side by side with a yokai. Fighting side by side with a human. Wasn't that bad. It would be nice if we could bring this lesson back to our true selves. but that probably isn't possible for us as divergent spirits. I'll do it for you, someday. I promise. We'll leave our prayers in your hands. Now we don't have any regrets. Thank you, Li Huan.
The beings that you call divergent spirits are copies indistinguishable from the real thing. But as far as you or they were concerned, they were real. They existed independently from their real versions. You've seen that firsthand. Get it? Because I'm a hand. You know what we must do, right?
Yeah, don't worry. I can handle this. Get it? Because you're a hand. Good. Good? There's nothing good about this. Huh? Our battle isn't finished. I won't stop until this world is steeped in chaos.
No, you're done. Disappear as a divergent spirit and return to the world you came from in your rightful form.
Sure, I'll do that. After I deal with you. Incident! Advance!
Uh-oh.
Li Huan, grab onto me.
Take my hand.
Where are we?
Shh. That hurt.
Hey, Li Huan. Good. It seems you're okay.
So we are here.
This is the true hell. This place is the end of almost everything. It's where we've been trying to go. But I didn't expect it to be right below the remains of hell. The folding must have progressed further than I thought. I don't know if we should be thankful for the shortcut, or be worried about how dire the situation has become. Is the person I'm supposed to deliver you to here?
Yeah.
I never get any time to rest. What is it now? I know a vampire is behind this incident, but the one I found after coming all this way is obviously something else. She might not suck blood, but considering how she trapped me here in this hellish place, she must be some kind of Oni. Though you look like a normal human. There's no way a normal human could come to a place like this. And that arm you're carrying is obviously a yokai. Again, she looks and sounds a bit different, but... Reimu? Oh, so you know my name, do you? That's not good. Huh? 'Cause piecing everything that I know about you together leads me to just one conclusion. You're a human of Gensokyo, who's turning into a yokai. Huh? No, that's not... Human yokai that disrupt the balance of Gensokyo must be exterminated. Prepare yourself. This arm isn't meant to go to Reimu then.
Li Huan, look behind her.
Reimu! 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 Miss Cousin.
That's where I need to go. We can survive this if I manage to retry. If we combine, we'll be crafty and treacherous. We'll be unbeatable.
The brawn and the brains.
But I can't go to her while that berserk Shrine Maiden is between us. That Shrine Maiden is probably the true leader of this side of the incident, holding up from below.
Alright. I know what I have to do. You don't have to defeat her. Just buy me some time. I'll only need a moment. Okay. Counting on you. And farewell. Are you done? I want to exterminate the incident's culprit already, so I can start looking for the way back home. She was a strong Oni. She wouldn't fight me seriously. I don't get it. But that's no reason not to exterminate her. After I defeat you, I'll finish that Oni off, and then I'll return to Gensokyo. For some reason, I feel really good today. I feel more powerful than usual. Though, tough luck for you, I guess. Wow. Not bad. Can you go another round? Huh? Where'd she go? How strange. Fate Splitting Dawn. Whoa! Oh, you're awake. I witnessed what you experienced in your dream with my senjutsu. So I made it back. It looked like you were sleeping peacefully on my lap. But it wasn't all smooth sailing in your dream, was it? So you were the one who delivered the seal crystal and my arm to me. I still find it hard to believe, even though I vicariously experienced what happened. I can only perform these kinds of investigations because this world has been freed from the influence of a lost word. After you disappeared, I picked up the seal crystal you left behind and fought together with my arm against that Reimu. She was a little different from the Reimu I know, but to me, she was still Reimu. I couldn't erase her on my own. No, let's not speak anymore about it. It's in the past and things have started to look up now. I guess I should explain what happened to my arm. You know what she's like, but we still make the best team. It's like we're twins. I went and made my arm bear all the guilt for erasing Reimu. I'll have to make it up to her someday. She's still asleep after using all her power. Even now, I still have flashbacks to Reimu's face. She went all out without a second thought. She even looked happy. as she tried to exterminate me. No, I've got no right to be upset. It's the exact reverse of what I did to Reimu in the past. It's Kazan. Oh, sorry. I'm sure this sounds like nonsense to you. No, it's okay. Everyone has their demons. This LostWord incident can destroy the identities of people and the worlds they inhabit. It spreads from world to world, eroding whatever it touches. The Baku of the dream world has also sensed this danger. But this incident has also caused tremendous pain that cannot be described with words. Like the pain that you and I felt, that we still feel. This pain. I'm prepared for what's to come, and you must prepare yourself too. You and I, and all our friends, will feel more of this pain and will keep getting hurt. Beings that look identical to those dear to us will stand in our way and try to kill us, and we won't be able to hate them. I'm sure this is only the beginning. We've got a painful journey ahead of us. And we have to walk hand in hand, I guess. The next update will bring, finally, the next part of the main story. The actual continuation of Chapter 4. So that's probably gonna be what we do next stream. But we're not done today either. Because there is something new in the library as well. And we do like our mangas. The LostWord Incident Case Files. Illustrated by Hitori. With an amazing preview image. The smell of incense pervades Sakure Shrine. What frightful sight has Marisa stumbled upon? It is truly frightful, is it not? But I should turn off this music. Because I cannot really read while there is lyrics happening. Are those sweet potatoes? A good guess, I'd say. Actually, considering what we are getting ourselves into, this version of the game introduced Kinoko Takenoko as a background music for the title screen. And I think it's probably gonna be fitting enough. Let's read. LostWord Incident Case Files. Cause of death. Incense overdose. No, it's not sweet potatoes. It's incense sticks. No. Erin, you can't be serious. Snap, snap, snap. A beautiful medical genius like me only needs one look. Reimu had been complaining about her lack of firepower for some time. Tag up! She must have gotten desperate. No! Curse you, LostWord Dev Team! Wah! Wah! Why do you have to make Rainbow a defense type? Calm down, Marisa. You're only making things worse. Snap, snap. Wake up, Rainbow. Rainbow!
Slap.
Huh? Ow!
Ow!
It's a beautiful art style. For what it's worth. Miss Marisa, I know you're in pain, but ever since I was a lifeless statue, I've been here watching over Miss Rainbow. I can't bear to see her so hideously disfigured. But wouldn't she want us to keep on living? There's only one thing we can do for her now that she's gone. Perform a prayer and pull a new Miss Rainbow. Come on, the gacha. It must save us. My gosh, she's right. You did it down. Who's a good doggy? You found a treat. Snap, snap. Ow. Keep in mind, Marisa, Rainbow may not be a rare character, but the odds of pulling her still aren't good. By my calculations, your chances are roughly 0.073%. Figure shown was calculated by Erin based on her own prayers and not representative of in-game drop rates. It still feels very, very representative. How many seal crystals do you have? The thing about the lottery, Erin, is that no matter how bad the odds, someone's gotta win. If anyone has what it takes to find a new Rainbow, you know it's gotta be me. Oh my, that was so cheesy. Cringe. Snap, snap. 10 times prayers. Let's go. 10 times story cards. Ah. Somehow I know that feeling. Stupid game. Ah, rage, rage. Snap. Get it together, Marisa. We all knew this could happen. No, we all knew this would happen. Damn it, old Rainbow's right there, looking up at me, and I still couldn't find a new one. Fear not, friend. Huh? Don't forget, LostWord players can always count on Nitori's delivery. Kapow! Don't think I've ever shown off Nitori's delivery, because it's the place where you use real money to get crystals. God crystals! If you use them for a 10 times prayer, you're guaranteed to find a friend. Your odds of pulling Rainbow just skyrocketed. Yeah, but they ain't free. And I'm broke. Shh. My friend. It's true that I love to make a profit. But I also love Hakure Shrine. Humans, yokai, gods. This place is a place. They can all come together. Besides, I made a killing at the last festival. Miss Nitori. So this time, I won't ask for your money. Let's trade instead. I'll give you 3,000 god crystals for Hakure Shrine! Huh? What a deal! The rule. How can it be so heartless, taking advantage of people like that? We'll never trade the shrine for some measly crystals. Gasp. Grrr. Measly? Watch it, little Miss Komaino. You'd better think twice before you badmouth my bears again. Ow! Getting Rainbow back is all that matters, right? Besides, what good's a shrine without its maiden? Yeah, there's some very faces in this. Don't you agree, friend? God crystals are all you need to reunite with her. You've got no money. I'll lend you some. Just think of the shrine as a down payment. Don't tell me you're broke. Don't listen to her, Miss Marisa. Grrr. Even with 3,000 crystals, you still might not be able to pull her. It's true. It's sadly true. Slap! Aren't you the one who said Reimu would want us to keep on living? Bring me the deed to the shrine. No, you can't do this. Freeze. Aya. I was starting to think you'd gone mute. Now you decide to get involved. Something's been bubbling. Something's been bugging me while I've been taking photos. So no one else realized. Take a look at Miss Reimu's corpse. Something's not right. Looks completely normal to me. What? I don't see anything. Murmur, murmur. I hope you're not just talking about her face. Right there. Her peaceful expression distracted you all. But she's lying on tatami, right? So why? Is she wearing shoes? Gasp! There's only one explanation. Miss Reimu died somewhere else. And somebody carried her here. Miss Reimu was murdered! Silence. But who could have done this? It can't be. That's quite a leap in logic. Yeah, Nito is right. Hand over the deed. I second that. Besides, I've been wearing shoes the whole time. That's enough out of you. Why are you talking to yourself? I can prove it. All we need to do is take a closer look at Miss Reimu's corpse. Would you reconfirm the cause of death, Dr. Yagokoro? Yeah. You never did a proper examination, did you, Erin? You said beautiful medical genius only need one look. Fine, I'll check again. But brace yourself. I might need to cut her open and check her insides. Snap, 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 snap. Slash. I don't believe it. This was no murder. Nor was it an accident. 1 hour earlier. Look. The shrine maiden floating like a zombie. Creepy. Maybe it's a curse. I think she's been fully broken. How do you figure that, Dai? Huh. In LostWord, if all of a character's barriers are broken, they get stunned and take bonus damage. Wow. Remember to try and fully break your opponents in battle. Wow. So she can't move, huh? Let's see how much incense we can shove in her face before she wakes up. Hey, make sure to put her back in the shrine when you're done. Kana, that's not the problem. That's not what you should... Also, I like how Diosai looks completely normal while the others are... jokes. So Rainbow's been alive this whole time. Correct. I can't be sure, but I'd bet the fairies were behind this. You. Yay! What a bummer. I was gonna tear this place down and build a theme park. Can't write an article about this now. I need a couple of real dead bodies. Uh-oh. Ah! The end. Thanks for reading! I'm currently writing a bunch of Touhou manga, so hopefully we can meet again soon. Hitori! At Minato Hitori. I think I chose the correct music for this one. Thanks for watching. Next time on Touhou LostWord. Main story continued. And sometime soon, probably Naraka. Until then, bye. Don't stick any incense sticks down your nose and mouth and ears and whatever other holes you might find.
Goodbye.